Oh, well, that ain't fair. I told you guys I was not joking when I said witchy crazy day. Um, I tried to do a live stream just moments ago. I've been retaking my thumbnail because I haven't gotten any pictures on my 2-in-1 yet. I don't know how to use the camera. I haven't tried. It's probably going to be in settings or something like that, I imagine. I don't know. But I need to because on my big laptop the 2-in-1 is on top of there that I have some pictures that I could use that I was able to bring up some files that are on that computer, not the 2-in-1. So the only way that I would be able to get those files transferred to the 2-in-1 is I would have to have a flash drive, which I know I've got some sitting around here somewhere. If I fucking find them again, I always lose them. It's ridiculous. Or go out and buy one. I could go out and buy one or something and try to get one with as much, gig on it as possible or whatever, so it can hold the most information and just take all of my pictures from the big one, my witchy wallpapers. I mean, I would love to be able to use those, but you have to use a certain size for the thumbnail, right? So if you use too big of a size, it won't load it. If you use too small of a size, it might load it, but then it's going to look like a postage stamp. Hey, boo. Excuse me. First and foremost, update on Chris. He's doing better now. They've got him more balanced in his meds, and his mood stabilized and things, and he's caught up on some sleep, thank goddess. He's more like himself than he has been since he was taken 8 days ago. Yeah, it's been 8 days, like 7 days. Sorry, wait. Monday was 7. Yep, 8 days, because today's the Tuesday. Tomorrow will be 9 days. But at least he did text me earlier today, and he said that they were talking about moving him out of the ICU, yay, and moving him into a regular room. I'm like, okay, that's cool. His shower chair got here, but not his walker yet. So that's another reason why I really can't go anywhere tomorrow, because I want to be here and hope that it shows up. Because I thought Chris said it was FedEx that was going to bring both, but a UPS driver was here, left the sticker thing saying, sorry, I missed you. And I didn't read the sticker, which I should have. If I would have read the sticker, it probably would have made perfect sense, because the sticker probably told what package was delivered. The sticker's over there. I'll get it in a minute. But anyway, hopefully they'll make another attempt tomorrow, and I will just have to be on the lookout, look out the window, and hopefully see them at the right time and be able to throw the window open and say, I'm be right down, because I know most likely it's going to be his walker. Went and saw my mom today, spent a couple hours there, went to Target, got me a couple of Maybon gifts. I'm a Barbie collector, and I can't collect too many Barbie pieces and bits and, dolls and sceneries and stuff like that. I can only do a few, because right now we just don't have the space. This apartment is tiny, as you know. So I was just cleaning off my glasses. But anyway, at least I'm being more productive and more active, which I'm proud of. Hopefully tomorrow I will get the other side of the other shower shelves done, get those cleaned up, get the window here cleaned off where it needs it, because the decal stuff doesn't bother it. It's the underneath from just not being cleaned. So I'll use the glass cleaner for that. I'll use glass cleaner for that, for the flat screen, maybe even wipe it on this thing too, because it don't take long for these things to get all smudged. If you're wondering what I'm doing with my hand, I'm just petting my cat. I'm petting my boo baby. Say hi. That's my boo baby. He come up to get some mommy lovies. Lovey pets. Lovey pets. And Bubby's sleeping over here in Daddy's spot. They're missing him, you can tell. So because things have been so crazy, I mean, this was literally the soonest I was able to get on. I mean, Maybon was like 2 days ago. Now, Maybon was still well spent. It was it ended up turning into a little social thing with me and a couple of neighbors in the building that are all stoners, so we were just kind of sitting around shooting the shit. My poor friend Normia was falling asleep, but she didn't want to miss out on the party. And it was just me, her, and I call him Bob Cool that lives in the building here. And, Bob was sitting in Chris's spot on the one end of the couch, me on the other, middle cushion separating us, But it's the first time that I have felt comfortable having him up here, but only if somebody else is up here with me, because I don't want him coming on to me. I don't want him making remarks, in a sexual manner, because I can't really trust that he won't, because I know that he feels that way about me. I'm an empath, so I know. And he's tried to thought he was pulling a fast one on Norma one time with something he pulled, which I won't mention because I've mentioned it in one of my other lives. You just got to go back and find it, because I don't feel like talking about it again. It was bad enough going through it once. Trust me. But it was inappropriate things that he was doing, inappropriate things he was saying, And when you're in somebody else's home, don't do that. Okay, don't do that, because if it's taken this person a long time to trust you, then you're betraying that trust. It's like if you make remarks like that and you want to try to get with somebody's wife. I mean, me and Chris are together by our religion, not by legal marriage or a piece of paper, but what counts to us. And it's a Wiccan way that we got married, but we can't get the real way married because it would fuck up our SSI checks and it would fuck up our food stamps. And guess what? My food stamps are already fucked up, because until they do the redetermination again, which I have no idea when that's going to be, we can't make sure we got all the fucking paperwork together. And if Chris ain't home by then, which I hope to God he is, and he's fully functional, he's himself again, I've got this place cleaned to a point that can really make me happy and make me feel achieved and, like really proud of myself, because I should have done this a long time ago. Once I get it thoroughly cleaned, the way that the vacuum, tomorrow I'm going to be doing laundry, and I'm going to be watching for that package, and I'm going to be watching for some other packages that's going to be coming to me. Like, I think I've gotten pretty much everything that I've ordered from Amazon, but like a dumbass, I ordered from Temu 3 more times again, trying to get this fucking money that they say, well, if you place an order, then you'll have access to this money. I can't put it on my PayPal. The only other option is Temu credit, and I don't trust that any further than I can throw it, because the way they're fucking me over already with my money, and the way they fucked over my friend Norma, somebody hacked into her account. We never found out who, but she had to get another account opened, and it was just a fucking mess, man. But Clint, listen to me. Chris is good. I was thinking of somebody else. Chris is good. It was a guy that I knew back in high school. His name was Glenn Columbus. And I'm pretty sure that he is this guy, Glenn, that I forget. It's like, I know he said, I remember Glenn Columbus telling me one time that if he ever, when he grew up, and if, he got a chance to change his name, he would change it to Hunter or Hunter Green or something like that, because he loved the color Hunter Green, which anybody of you that know, especially outdoor types, Hunter Green is kind of like a dark earthy green, but it's real pretty, Mom's doing fine. She always welcomes the company, because like right now I'm the only company really that comes over. And don't mind me, I'm just plugging some stuff in here. Trying to anyway. Okay, why is that one not plugging in? Oh, wait a second. Hello? Why is that one not working? Wait, I think that's the one that don't work. Okay, what about this black? I think that goes to... There we go. There we go. My crystal ball. It's on one of the light up stands that, it changes different colors and stuff. Now, let me see it. Everybody on back here? Yes. Good. Everybody but my thing there, which gives a little bit more light. And I like that. To me, it gives just enough light in the right place that I don't feel like, everybody's seeing just my shadow. This, I believe, is the power cord that goes to my DR60, which is full already. It didn't take me long to fill that little thing up. So that's another thing I need to use a flash drive for when I find the ones that I have around here. Because I can put the information on the flash drive and transfer it to, say, my 2-in-1 here. I can take stuff like this one, my other digital recorder. I have a bunch of footage on here that I still have not taken and transferred and cleared off of here on using the big laptop, because that's the one that Chris has this set up to do. But now I have to set up my 2-in-1 to do it, and I don't know if that's something I can wing it by myself and figure it out or not, to be honest, because it's like, oh crap, more techie shit. I am not a techie. Would I like to be? Yeah, because then I could, figure shit out and not have to ask for Chris's help anymore. I meant to go grocery shopping today. Never did, because all the energy that I seem to have to do anything was exactly the two things I did. I went to Target. I got me a couple of Maybon gifts. Went to Mom's, spent some time there, and then I came home. I came home about 7 because I still am. I'm just tired. It's like I'm still waiting for things to slow down and get back to like a normal pace, and all I can say is they haven't yet. So it's very distressing to me sometimes, and it can add to the stress, certainly. Okay, I'm going to use one of these for my bottles this time, because I have a lot of bottles. Some of them I fill with just water. Some of them I fill with Kool-Aid. And now I've got a crap ton of Kool-Aid today. I got a multi-pack that was encouraged by my brother, because he was looking for one. And, excuse me, just like this bottle, I only fill with water to do my okay, I think that's too much. I hate it when I get too much, because then if I don't pour it right, yeah, it ends up all over the floor. But I try to keep this filled up. I keep it behind my little humidifier here. That was a cheap ass. Oh, right. Never mind. Well, I got it filled with water again. Right now I'm charging my Mike Tyson. So tomorrow, is going to be busy again, and I got to get some house stuff done. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start doing like 2 of these a day at least, just so we can get through it quicker and I can move on to other things, because this is not only an experiment and a helpful thing for me, but I'm hoping it'll help others, and it'll help me with consistency and seeing something through, like literally going through the whole book. Almost, because there was some that I didn't read through, but I hope that some of you bought the book and you're benefiting from it. Day 24, the magic wand. Have you ever wished you had a magic wand? Yes, I have several. So that you could just wave your wand and help the people you love. Well, today's magical practice will show you how you can use life's real magic wand to help others. When you fervently want to help another person, you have immense power. But when you direct that power with gratitude, you really do have a magic wand that can help the people you care about. Energy flows where your attention goes. And so when you direct the energy of gratitude toward another person's needs, there's where the energy goes. This is the very reason why Jesus said thank you before he performed a miracle. Gratitude is an invisible but real force of energy, and coupled with the energy of your desire, it is just like having a magic wand. People who wait for a magic wand fail to see that they are the magic wand. If you have a family member, friend, or anyone you care about who is lacking physical health, in financial trouble, unhappy in their work, stressed, suffering because the relationship has ended, lost confidence in him or herself, suffering from mental problems, or feeling down about their life, you can use the invisible force of gratitude to help them with their health, wealth, and happiness. To wave your magic wand for another's health, imagine that the person's health has been fully restored and say the magic words thank you in heartfelt celebration of receiving the news that he or she is full of health again. You could imagine the person calling you to give you the news, or imagine them telling you in person and really see and feel your reaction. When you can feel as grateful now as you would when you heard the news that the person's health had been fully restored, it will guarantee that the gratitude you feel is as sincere and as powerful as it can be. To wave your magic wand to help someone you love with their wealth, follow the same magical practice and be as grateful as if they had the wealth they needed right now. Imagine their wealth had been fully restored. It is done. And you're saying the magic words, thank you, because you've just received the amazing news. If a person you know is going through a tough time, but you don't know what specifically they need, or if they need help in more than one area, then you can follow the same magical practice and wave your magic wand by giving thanks for their happiness or for their health, wealth, and happiness together. Today, choose 3 people you care about who are currently in need of health, wealth, or happiness, or all 3. Get a photograph of each person if you have one, and keep the photographs in front of you while doing this practice. Take the first person, hold their photograph in your hand, then close your eyes and for 1 minute visualize yourself receiving the news that the person has been fully restored with whatever they need. It is much easier to visualize yourself receiving the news than it is to visualize, for example, an ill person healthy again, or a depressed person happy again, or a financially stressed person abundant again. And you will feel more excitement and gratitude if you involve yourself in your visualization. Open your eyes and with the photograph still in your hand, say the magic words, thank you, slowly 3 times for that person's health, wealth, or happiness, or whatever combination they need. Thank you, thank you, thank you for Chris's complete restoration of his health, wealth, and happiness. As you finish with one person, move on to the next person and follow the same 2 steps until you finish the magic wand practice by sending health, wealth, or happiness to all 3 people. Okay? Person number 2, my mom. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my mom's restored health, wealth, and happiness. Third person, my brother Carl. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the complete restoration of my brother Carl Mabius's health, wealth, and happiness. You can also use this powerful practice when you're walking down the street or going about your day and you come across someone who is obviously lacking happiness, health, or wealth. Imagine you have a magic wand and in your mind wave it by giving heartfelt thanks for their wealth, health, and happiness. And know that you have set a real force of energy into motion. Using gratitude to help someone else with his or her health, wealth, and happiness is the single greatest act of gratitude you can perform. And one of the magical things about it is that the health, wealth, and happiness you fervently wish for others, you also bring to yourself. Magic practice number 24, the magic wand. Number 1, count your blessings, make a list of 10 blessings, write why you're grateful, reread your list, and at the end of each blessing say, thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Number 2, Choose 3 people who you care about and who you would like to help with more health, wealth, happiness, or all 3. Number 3, if you have them, collect a photograph of each of the 3 people and keep it in front of you while doing the magic wand practice. Number 4, take one person at a time and hold their photograph in your hand. Close your eyes and for 1 minute visualize the person's health, wealth, or happiness has been fully restored and you're receiving the news. Number 5, open your eyes and with the photograph still in your hand, say the magic word slowly. Thank you, thank you, thank you for, and then health, wealth, and happiness, whoever's health, wealth, and happiness. As you finish with one person, move on to the next person and follow the same 2 steps until you finish the magic wand practice for all 3 people. So the only thing I didn't do was I didn't do it for a whole minute. Just before you go to sleep, number 7, tonight, hold your magic rock in one hand and say the magic words, thank you for the best thing that happened during the day. Okay, number 25, cue the magic. All right, so I know I said I was going to do 2, but I don't know that I want to do 2 because I want to do because I don't feel like digging out my big book, which I think it's over here, as a matter of fact. Yes, it is. I really need to get my crates up here. Whoops. Okay, where are you at? There's good magic, magic dragon. Here we go. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to do it from this book because the other one is so big and bulky and just a pain in the butt. This one is a lot easier because it's smaller. This is my Wicca Solitary Practitioner Guide. And I'm going straight into the Days of Power. Here we go. Mabon, here you are. Okay. Mabon, circa September 21st, the autumn equinox, is the completion of the harvest begun at Lughnasadh, which is August 1st, for those of you that may not know. Once again, day and night are equal, poised as the god prepares to leave his physical body and begin the great adventure into the unseen, toward renewal and rebirth of the goddess. Nature declines, draws back its bounty, readying for winter and its time of rest. The goddess nods in the weakening sun, though fire burns within her womb. She feels the presence of the god even as he wanes. Okay, that's not the holiday. Hang on. There's initiation, self-dedication, ritual design, birthing the power. Here, should be in here. Cutting the doorway, simple feast. Here we go. Mabon should be. Here it is. Okay. Let's take one of my bookmarks here. Put it where Mabon is. All right, here we go. Decorate the altar with acorns, oak sprigs, pine and cypress cones, ears of corn, wheat stalks, and other fruits and nuts. Also place there a small rustic basket filled with dried leaves of various colors and kinds. Arrange the altar, light the candles and censer, and cast the circle of stones. Recite the blessing chant, invoke the goddess and god, stand before the altar holding aloft the basket of leaves, and slowly scatter them so that they cascade to the ground within the circle or on the altar if you're indoors. Say such words as these. Leaves fall, the days grow cold. The goddess pulls her mantle of earth around her as you, O great sun god, sail toward the west to the lands of eternal enchantment, wrapped in the coolness of night. Fruits ripen, seeds drop. The hours of day and night are balanced. Chill winds blow in from the north, wailing laments. In this seeming extinction of nature's power, O blessed goddess, I know that life continues. For spring is impossible without the second harvest, as surely as life is impossible without death. Blessings upon you, O fallen god, as you journey into the lands of winter and into the goddess's loving arms. Place the basket down and say, O gracious goddess of all fertility, I have sown and reaped the fruits of my actions, good and bane. Grant me the courage to plant seeds of joy and love in the coming year, banishing misery and hate. Teach me the secrets of wise existence upon this planet, O luminous one of the night. Works of magic, if necessary, may follow. Celebrate the simple feast. The circle is released. Mabon lore. A traditional practice is to walk wild places and forests, gathering seed pods and dried plants. Some of these can be used to decorate the home, others saved for future herbal magic. The foods of Mabon consist of the second harvest gleanings, so grains, fruits, and vegetables predominate, especially corn. Cornbread is traditional fare, as are beans and baked squash. So there you have it. I have yet to celebrate Mabon, and this is the third day. So I'm like, oh boy, I don't have any leaves. I don't have any seed pods. I don't have any of the items that it mentions. I just today got busy and, the time got away from me, and well, here we are. So, but at least I'm trying to still share it with you guys by talking about the ritual. So if you decide you want to try it, you can. Okay, 23rd. Okay, this is the spell book from this one, the spell of the day. Sun Child Blessing, September 23rd. Because the sun promotes growth and health, a sun image is an appropriate charm for blessing a child. It is easy to find jewelry, pillows, candle holders, and other objects with sun images. The sun card from a tarot deck can also be used as an amulet. This card pertains to the birth and well-being of children. As some older French cards show two children dancing beneath the sun, while some newer versions feature a carefree child riding a horse. Empower your object by holding it to the sun when you have good light. Visualize it being filled with warmth and power while saying, "Child of light, with eyes so bright, grow strong in health and wholeness." At the same time, visualize the child in question surrounded by a radiant golden aura. So that's a nice one for today. They all are. They're always nice ones, That's what I like about them. Second spell from this other book here, The Real Witch's Year, 21, 22, 23. Sun in Libra. Libra is an air sign relating to the world of thought, ideas, communication, and humanity. It is also a cardinal sign bringing eagerness, initiative, action, and impatience. Librans are generally self-expressive, communicative, mentally alert, and extrovert. They tend to be charming, easygoing, diplomatic, and compromising. They are happiest in harmonious company, preferring to conform and to avoid conflict and dissension. Librans are typified by the scales. They like to weigh things in the balance. They are intelligent and capable of seeing all sides of an issue. However, this can lead to indecisiveness and sometimes to misunderstandings through doing what they think others expect. Librans enjoy bringing people together and often have a strong artistic or creative streak. They are acutely perceptive about those they love and are often forgiving of faults, whether real or perceived. They tend to bottle up their feelings for fear of upsetting the balance. On the negative side, they can lack self-confidence, be fault-finding, indecisive, frivolous, and shallow. Whilst the sun is in their sign, Librans should be particularly wary of their tendency to compare both themselves and others to some kind of ideal, as this is bound to lead to disappointment. It is a good time for them to express themselves artistically. Those of other signs will also find this is a good time for artistic endeavors, social activities, and for considering decisions which involve many positive and negative components. A balanced life is one with time for yourself. Now, that one definitely pertains to me because um, time to myself, I almost never have or get unless I do like a Janet day or like right now, taking advantage of the fact that Chris isn't here and I got my apartment back. This is my place. No one else's, just mine. It's just me here, and stuff. September 23rd. This is the goddess of the day. Libra begins. Various locations. Her name is Tula. Tula. Themes: balance, justice, peace. Symbols: scales, balanced items. About Tula. This Hindu goddess is represented by the constellation Libra. Her name even meaning balance in all things. Tula teaches us how to harmonize the diverse nature of our hectic lives and reintegrate goddess-centered ideology within that framework. To do today, people born under the sign of Libra seem to integrate Tula's characteristics of harmony and balance, especially in aesthetic sense. They cultivate relationships carefully and enjoy fighting for just causes. When those of us not born under this sign would like to do similarly, we can call on Tula for aid. Stand on the bathroom scale first thing in the morning and invoke her, saying, Tula, instill in me a growing sense of harmony. Between sound and silence, let serenity dance. Between the shadow and the light, let peace prance. Wherever injustice dwells, let equity swell. In my heart, in my life, bring an end to all my strife. Afterward, try to dress in balanced tones of clothing, like a white shirt and black pants, and spend the rest of the day monitoring your personal balance, your sense of equilibrium, maintaining your temper, practice pacing your steps, being aware of your center of gravity. In all these things, Tula's equitable energy abides. Okay, so hail Tula. Hail and welcome. You are absolutely welcome to be here if you like. This is your day. I like to celebrate it if I can, but sometimes it takes me a few days to do a celebration, as you have just witnessed, because Mabon was 3 days ago, and I am just now getting around to surviving it, talking about it, whatever. Okay, I'm going to read one chapter out of this, and then I think I'm going to call it. I don't know what else, decide what else I want to do. Should I do it while I'm sick? The question, this is Living Wicca. It's chapter 3. Do sickness and Wiccan ritual mix? That entitles this chapter is an important one, yet is rarely mentioned in Wiccan books. Why? Information of this nature is usually provided by the high priestess, high priest, or another experienced Wiccan. This is the type of question that usually doesn't pop up until the student is suffering through a cold or is taking a prescribed powerful medication. The subject is so important and so completely neglected in Wiccan literature that it deserves a chapter within these pages. When many solitaires begin practicing Wicca, they hate to skip rituals for any reason, including sickness. Many coven members feel the same way. Is this wise? Many types of illnesses create dramatic changes within humans. Some of these changes are physical, others are mental, emotional, spiritual, or psychic. Are such temporary alterations beneficial or detrimental to the performance of Wiccan ritual? These questions can be partially answered by an examination of illnesses and their effects. All information here pertains solely to religious Wiccan ritual and is generalized. You must use your own judgment. Be attentive to your body. It usually knows what's best. Forcing yourself to perform Wiccan rituals while facing challenging illnesses and conditions can be dangerous. For information on performing magic during sickness, see the end of this chapter. So it is possible, but do it the right way for your own safety. Physical changes. The physical aspects of sickness are usually the most obvious, so we'll begin here. Some illnesses create a pronounced lack of energy. It may be difficult to walk across the room, let alone cast a circle. In such a case, a ritual with limited physical activity is clearly indicated. Casts on broken feet, hands, arms, and other limbs may or may not restrict your ability to set up an altar and hold a book of shadows. At least in doing so, you won't further endanger your health. Your movements in the circle, however, may have to be limited. So avoid slavishly following ritual directions. Adapt them to take into account your present physical condition. If your healthcare practitioner has ordered bed rest or told you to stay off your feet, follow her or his instructions. Either adapt ritual to a purely verbal and mental experience or wait until you've recovered. Mental changes. During many types of sickness, including colds, a pronounced change of consciousness often occurs. Slight dizziness, sinus pressure, elevated temperature, pain, and other symptoms can create the most remarkable shifts in consciousness, even in people who haven't attempted to mask the symptoms with drugs. This type of consciousness can lend the ill Wiccan a radically different perception of the world, one which usually hinders ritual work. If you're staggering around and can't seem to concentrate, it's best to avoid working with magical knives, flames, incense, and other potentially dangerous magical tools. If you're apt to space out, that is, become mesmerized by objects, fall asleep, or completely forget what you're doing, it's best to simply sit or lie comfortably and do little else. You might whisper a prayer to the goddess and or god, meditate upon an image, or perhaps draw a symbol and concentrate on it. If you simply can't concentrate long enough to formulate any type of ritual, it's probably best to let it go for now and to resume ritual workings when you're once again able to do so. Emotional and spiritual changes. Let's face it, most of us don't feel good when we're sick. We may be grumpy, irritable, impossible to be around, depressed, worried, and stressed. Such emotional shifts often make us think, why bother doing ritual at all? I feel so bad, I'll probably just blow it. Sometimes we're simply not in the mood. This is quite natural, and if you truly don't feel like doing ritual, don't. No one's keeping score. On the other hand, if you're physically able to do so, performing ritual may actually make you feel better. Effective Wiccan ritual, which can be difficult to achieve during times of illness, gives us a spiritual boost, which in turn makes us feel better. Finally, simple prayer to the goddess and god may comfort you, and if nothing else, give you a different focus than that of your illness. Psychic changes. Illness can have great effects on our psychic awareness. Though this may not seem to be particularly important when doing rituals, our ability to tap into our psychic minds or psychic awareness is necessary for effective ritual. Ritual is often empty and mechanical without this linking of the two minds, conscious and psychic. You may process the ability to physically, mentally, and emotionally perform a Wiccan ritual, but if you seem to be physically shut down, a difficult condition to describe that's immediately recognizable when it occurs, ritual probably won't be a good idea. Non-prescription and prescription drugs. Drug reactions are perhaps the most important factor in determining whether to perform Wiccan rituals during illness. The vast number of such drugs now in use and their varying effects on their takers make it impossible to speak in any but the most general of terms. Many drugs have no effect on consciousness, don't alter the emotions, have no noticeable physiological effect, and leave the psychic mind alone. However, some drugs, prescription and over-the-counter, can cause just these changes. Among these are, of course, narcotics. If you seem to be suffering from these or other negative side effects, limit ritual work while under their influence. You must use your judgment and common sense in determining whether illness or prescription drugs will interfere with your Wiccan ritual. If your healthcare provider has told you to stay in bed and forget about setting up a circle. If you've just had stitches, don't do an ecstatic dance to the goddess around the altar, no matter how much you may wish to do so. If you're taking a medication that prohibits alcohol use, don't drink wine after ritual. Solitary Wiccans can do ritual at any time, and, if necessary, delay or miss rituals as well. Illness is a quite legitimate reason for skipping ritual. Don't believe that you won't be a true Wiccan if you can't carry a candle around the circle on Imbolc because you're confined to your bed. Missing a ritual due to illness, infirmity, or the influence of prescription drugs is no way not meant to make you feel a lesser Wiccan. Wiccan, in fact, such a decision proves your intelligence in growing. Wiccan experience, you've chosen to avoid performing what would most probably be a ritual lacking in energy and true contact with the goddess and God. If this makes you a lesser Wiccan, I'll eat my cauldron. Magic and illness. Performing magic during periods of illness may or may not be a positive action. It's a natural time for self-healing spells, but spells for other reasons should be postponed. No matter how important the work may be, waiting until you're well not only allows you to give the magical rite your full attention, it also assures that you'll be able to raise far greater amounts of energy. When we're sick, our bodies have lowered reserves of energy, personal power. Not only aren't we producing as much as usual, we're also using more energy for healing ourselves. Less energy is available for any other physical task, including magic. This lowered reserve can make performing magic during serious illness quite dangerous, for you're drawing on the energy that would otherwise be working to heal you. This may extend the duration of your illness or slow the healing of wounds. Willingly giving of this energy to solve someone else's problems is a good and noble deed at any other time. When you're sick, you must be number one. Use this energy to heal yourself. Later, you'll be in shape to take care of the rest of the world. The bottom line, no magic except self-healing during illness. Okay, there you go. There's that chapter. So yeah, if I guess depending on the illness and the strength of it, you're not doing anything wrong, okay? By taking care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself, because if you don't and you start trying to play around with magic, well, don't be surprised if it blows up in your face, to be quite honest. And trust me, especially if it's a very important spell, which, let's face it, spell work usually is very important for who's casting it, because you already have an intent. You have a reason why you're casting it. So yeah, when you're sick, I have to be in agreement. Only do self-healing, only focus on seeing yourself restored to perfect health, wellness, health, wealth, and happiness, like today's practice. I'm still enjoying my time alone. I am glad, however, I am truly grateful that Chris is doing better, that hopefully they've got him moved to a regular room now, and I will try to get up there and see him soon, but tomorrow is just not that day because I have too much to do around here, and I'm not going to be happy and unstressed until I get it done, because I've been wanting this for a long, long time now. I would love it if I could have, during this time, just caught up on a bunch of magical stuff, and I still try to do that to a point, but I'm really, I enjoyed Mabon. It was a great Mabon, but it did bother me that I didn't even do a ceremony, and now it's looking like I'm going to have to wait and do it tomorrow, because I haven't gone out to a park to pick up any of the items. I haven't gone in the yard to pick them up, and different things. And I have laundry to do tomorrow, so I am not going to probably be able to even get out tomorrow. Not backyard, maybe, because at least in the backyard I could pick up some leaves and maybe some twigs and, some acorns, at least, if the frickin' squirrels don't have them already. Because when it comes this time of year, the squirrels start burying their acorns and stuff, burying food, different places. So no matter where they are, they don't have far to go for food. And I'm sorry, baby, you can't go out. You got to stop that. You got to get over that. Mommy ain't going to worry about cleaning the litter box tonight because I'm doing a complete change out of it tomorrow. So right now I'm waiting on two things to finally be registered, which that reminds me I need to check my phone again. Where is my phone? Didn't I get it out? Maybe I didn't. This day's been so busy. I I thought I had gotten it out. Maybe not. No, I didn't. Here it is. Holy mother of wow. Okay. Okay. Yep, I forgot to take it out. So I gotta check. Gotta check some things. Okay, Chris. Okay, raise your hand. Okay, I don't have time for that right now. Bianca. Okay, all right. I need to wait a second. Magical crafting. I will remember what I'm doing here in a minute. My brain's fried. Okay, I want to go into this and see what, if anything else has come out. Because I've got stuff from, yeah, it still says it's, okay, 146.65 and somehow 15.45 in my savings, but how is that possible? I don't remember putting that in there. And I really wish I could figure out what this Platinum 7345 is. Because I don't remember getting a platinum card. But I just can't seem to access it. It says you're getting a new card. I think I read this earlier though. New debit card, same bank. Here's what you need to know. Capital One is switching its debit card network to the Discover network. Okay, get to know your card. What's the same? The account number and PIN will stay the same for smooth transition. So apparently that hasn't happened yet. Says my new card, but it don't look like my new card. Every time I click on the platinums, it don't tell me. It says no payments scheduled. Make a payment. Scheduled payments. You are an authorized user, and I'm like, huh? How did I get a platinum? I don't know. It's weird. I'm not complaining. I'm just like, huh? Oh, let me see what came out. Okay, Beer Doc, Amazon, 5178. OSU Bistro, 1155. Amazon, 2099. Google, 2159. Okay, so, weird. The Dave app hasn't, the Dave app, or the Dave money transfer that I did hasn't registered yet. Okay. It's 10 to 11. What are you doing, Kalika? You gonna sit down there and stare at me? How long have I been on here? 49 minutes, 11 seconds. Okay, well, oh, yay! My thing is done charging, so I can now plug in my phone and charge it. Yay. Okie dokie. Well, right now I'm kind of torn between Okay. Unplug this. Plug in this. 46%. Okay. I had to force myself to stop spending today. I got a nice money blessing that it took me forever to get, but it finally manifested. Yay. And I think I did pretty good with it, all things considered, because my mess up was ordering 3 different orders from Temu, and I still have a book that I already bought and paid for, and they still haven't gotten it to me. Now, in this rigmarole, I'm hoping they give me 2, because it's like, you guys owe me a book for free, even if it's the same book. And then I can use it to give it to somebody else or something that might need it, like my daughter or something, But yeah, man, it's like this whole witchy, busy, crazy stuff. It just doesn't seem, it's like all the time. I mean, I very, very seldom do I get any time to myself. This is my cat, Kalika. She's my Cancer kitty cat, meaning she don't have cancer. She is of the Cancer zodiac sign. So she is polarity to Capricorn, which is me. But sometimes she can be a brat, just like any human child. Please don't knock stuff on the floor, Kalika. Sometimes I can get decent little hits. I think I will. I think I'll wait. Well, obviously, it's like 5 to 11. So, yeah, I definitely don't want to be out in the backyard doing leaves tonight. Hell no. Not in this area. Somebody might come up and club me in the fucking head and never see me again. There we go. That was a good hit. The more you cough, the more it intensifies your buzz. But that still don't make the coughing fun. It's like, oh no. Especially when you don't have anything sitting here to drink. And the only way I can get some is if I get up and get me some water. But Miss Thing here would probably please don't throw up again. She would probably get mad, because I got up. Because when she gets up on my lap, she does not like mommy to move. Bella, baby, I love you, but please get down off the couch if you're about to throw up a hairball or something. Because mommy's the one that's got to clean up you guys' fucking puke messes and shit right now. Give me a break. So I got me something interesting. But until I do some serious magic on it, I'm never wearing it. This lovely little bottle is actual pheromones that when a woman, it's a roll-on, and when a woman puts it on her skin, like in the pulse points, behind the ears, the hollow of the neck, inside each wrist, inside each ankle, those are like major pulse points, and it drives men up the wall. But you got to be careful who you do it around, because you put this stuff on, plus you have your goddess self, out. Hi, how you doing? I'm Almathea. I'm Capricorn Goddess of Love. What's up? That coupled with pheromones, coupled with my favorite perfume, which of course is Poison. I do have a roll-on of Poison by Christian Dior. I need to start wearing it. I will wear that with the pheromones. And it's like the Poison perfume by Christian Dior is my absolute favorite perfume, but it's also the most expensive, guys. I am not kidding. That shit is through the roof. Like, I've seen it for as much as 80 fucking dollars or $70 or some ridiculous amount. I mean, it's like you can't find it anymore. Some of the stores around here, like CVS and stuff like that, they would have something like that, but only sometimes, it seems. I've gotten to know this thing well enough that I know when to give it a break. And I have to take my magical elixir here, Pepto Bismol, because when I'm smoking with this little food on my stomach, yeah, like one peanut butter sandwich, it upsets my stomach, and I don't want it to ruin my buzz. And she's getting down, so yay, I'll be able to go get me some water. Let me go get some water. The only problem with doing the Pepto Bismol and then going immediately getting water is it ends up washing the coating away. So I probably will have to wait until today sometime, like during the time that I'm outside watching for Chris's walker and any other stuff I got coming, because Temu, I already know. It could be several weeks before I fucking even get my shit. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find their address somehow, if that's even possible, and I'm going to write them a letter, and I'm going to be like, guys, you want to do right by me and keep me from adding my own complaints to the way you do things. Give me $3,000. Give it to me cash. Set it up on your website that I can spend it how I see fit, that I don't have to put it on my Temu card, that I don't have to put it on my PayPal card, because until I get my PayPal card sorted and PayPal account, which it's in negative $18 right now, and I've already blown the chance to get that done and caught up right now, so I'm going to wait until I get my check, because this money blessing that came, I'm grateful for it, but there's still 2 charges that need to come out of it. First of those will probably not come out until Friday. Excuse me, and that will be the Dave app, which I replenished my electronic card and also my physical card. At least that's the way I think it works. I haven't tried to use my physical Dave card, and I do have it, but I know how to use the electronic one thing at a time, right? Because otherwise your brain can go, I can't do this, man. It's too much. I'm going to explode, I swear. But anyway, hang on. There's somebody here. Sometimes I can pick up on it. Sometimes I can't. Okay, who is it? Tula. Oh, hello, beautiful. Hail and welcome. I never even knew of your existence till now. I didn't know there was a Hindu goddess named Tula. But I can't wait, welcome to my my family, my um, spirit family. I've got so many goddesses and gods. I love it because I know that you guys try to bring me that awareness. I get it and I appreciate it. And I can only say I'm sorry that a lot of times it takes me so long to figure that out. Like maybe one of you will get through once in a great while, and then the frustration you guys must feel with, why doesn't she hear me? What am I doing wrong? Ah, damn it. I'm getting pissed. I got to go away for a while. Me, when I get overwhelmed, one of my favorite go-to spots is, of course, the fairy realm. And how I get there is I just imagine myself in a circle of toadstools at sunset, but willingly knowing that it will open the fairy realm portal and I will step through it. And the first queen I'm looking for is Queen Una. Not that I will discount the others, but Queen Una is the first one that I want to meet and get to know. She is, I believe, a winter fairy queen of my golden ring. I call it golden ring fairy deck, which the deck is one of those that's downstairs in the storage. Tomorrow's going to be busy, y'all. I'm serious. I'm going to be like doing laundry, and when loads are washing and drying and shit, I'm going to be sitting in my chair probably because, I don't think I'm going to be able to take that fucking stool very long because it's hard wood to sit on, but I'll try to sit on it as much as I can. But I'm taking one of my chairs out of the trunk, probably my red one, because I need to do some rituals and magic and stuff down there again because I haven't done it in a while since however long ago it's been that John, fucking 5 minutes after Joe gave us the okay to have a social gathering down there. And he never complained about, but I don't think Joe ever went down there either, not that I recall. And, so I spruced it up to make it look more appealing. It doesn't mean I'm living down here. Good Lord. I put the stuff up when we're not down here. I only bring it out when we're down here because I'm just trying to create that homey feel, like as if we were all sitting in a big house visiting, Plus, I need to do some blessing work down there. And I need to do some cleansing as well because I want to make sure that there's no negative energies that are trying to get in that maybe are in and some of my spirits aren't catching. Not that you guys aren't capable. I'm not saying anything offensive. I'm not meaning it that way. But some of the little jerks can be sneaky as HE double toothpicks, okay? They can have you convinced, absolutely 100% convinced that, oh, we're just here to help. We're just here to help. It's like, yeah, right. Prove it. And then, next thing you know, they're like saying, whacked out stuff to you. They're terrifying you. They're trying to break through your psychic defenses so they can frickin' take you over. And they'd love to get a grand high witch like me. Oh, yeah. That would be like, ching, I got a queen. No, I'm not going through that again. I fulfilled my curiosity about demons. I only met one, and I can't even say without absolute certainty that it actually was the one that I summoned, because he had a tendency to be very prideful, which, like demons, the way I understand them, mostly are. They're very prideful. They're very narcissistic. They're very, well, you're either against us or you're with us. And if you're with us, shut the hell up, get in line, welcome to the party, babe. And I wasn't afraid. I was not afraid of him, like in the slightest, whatever demon it was, because I'm imagining that demons can be male or female, just like, angels can choose to be male or female. It's all a matter of perspective. It's all a matter of your soul connection with them. And let's face it, everybody has a dark side. I'm not saying that this particular demon was my dark side, but I found out about this particular demon through some paranormal investigators I used to enjoy watching. But as you well know, Chris ruined that for me. By the way, Sigby, hope you're okay, buddy. You and your family. I don't know what happened. I haven't brought myself to watch the video yet because that is not something I want to be watching before sleep because I don't want to have bad dreams about it and stuff. But I hope you and your family are okay. I will watch that live stream here soon and make a comment, wishing you guys well. And, if I had an address that I could send like a card to or something that you guys would be okay with, that wouldn't be like a personal address of any of you, but like a P.O. box or something, I would gladly do that. Send you a get well card, send you some other cool stuff, like if I find some cool stickers that I think you guys might like, then I could send those to you. Just small things, things that don't take a whole lot to send, and they're virtually weightless. But if you put them in a big enough envelope, then yeah, you might as well look forward to putting 4 stamps on that envelope, because that's about how much it's going to take. Because if 3 isn't enough, dang, man, that's pretty bad. And I also want to shout out to my brother Carl and ask the angels and the good powers that be to watch over him and restore his health to perfectly restored, his health, wealth, and happiness. Health, wealth, and happiness. Health, wealth, and happiness. Send the man some friends, some people that he can kick it with there just to pass the time. I'm not, I want to in the worst way, believe me, but after what happened with Michael, I'm terrified to even try it. I would love to do a true love come to me spell on Carl's behalf and bring a good woman into his life that maybe him and her were meant to be, and she truly loves him. They truly love each other. They're like the greatest couple ever known. They live in love and, genuine feelings for each other, and, they're just like meant for each other. That would give my brother a companion, that would give me another female friend, and maybe finally make me feel comfortable enough to go up there and spend a weekend with my brother. I've been wanting to do that, but I'm so terrified because I don't want him coming on to me. I don't want him trying to get me to do sexual shit or even bring up anything sexual at all, because if he does, then I either have to tell him, bro, I love you dearly, but can we please talk about something else? Because you're kind of upsetting me here. This is why I've been afraid to stay here. Truly, I'm being honest. I'm being real. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I'm afraid you're going to come on to me. I'm afraid you're going to, ask me to do some sexual thing to you. And I don't want nothing to do with that. And I'm sorry that I feel that way. But part of the reason I feel that way is because I know that incest runs in our family. And I already had Uncle Rick come on to me one time in the back seat of Jim's car as everybody else was fucking fishing because I was too cold and didn't have a jacket. So otherwise I would have been out there fishing. But my uncle actually propositioned me, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I was so disgusted by it and so alarmed and scared, and I didn't feel safe with him back there anymore. I mean, like, he was trying to hold my hand and all kinds of shit. And I said, Uncle Rick, I said, I love you, but I don't do incest, okay? Whatever you're feeling for me is wrong. I do not feel that way about you. I'm young. I'm, probably look appealing to you. And I know that it does run in the family. And if you want to talk about skeletons in the closet, well, there's some of ours right there. But I'm not going to give many names because there's others that do it that I probably don't even know about. And if I found out, I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, that explains a lot, but my grandpa has done it when he was alive. My grandpa McGee, he was my last grandparent, him and Ines, when they died. Ines was first, then it was my grandpa McGee. I couldn't even go to the funeral. I was absolutely devastated over that. I haven't been able to go to their gravesite to lay flowers or anything, because if I do, they're going to be silk flowers, because one, I can't afford the real thing. And because of some anger issues that I still have towards my grandfather, because of some really not comfortable experiences I had with him, just grabbing a brush here, when he was alive, I have talked about on here before, I'm pretty sure. But, this is YouTube. So, You got to be careful talking about ouch, such things, because it can get you in trouble. And I'm not trying to violate anything and get in trouble because I really love my live streaming. It's kind of my ouch. Trying to brush the tangles out of my hair. And with it being so short, you would think that there wouldn't be any, but there are. It's like, crap, crap, and more crap. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, I hate tangles. I hate tangles. Oh, go away. Ow. Oh, dang it. I especially hate them when they're right down up against the scalp. Oh, that's like the worst. Oh. Yeah. Ouch, ouch, and ouch some more. Shoot. Ugh. Oh, man, I swear. See, this is why I try to keep my hair short, kind of. Because I'm at that age. Ouch. Oh. Whew. It literally wears my arms the fudge out. Because I have to keep at it so long. And just when I think I've got all the tangles out, I'm brushing through another area, and guess what? More tangles. It's like, oh! I do not like the tangles. I've got some detangler in the bathroom. I think I might have I don't know if I think I kept it, but I just don't know where it is. Probably got stored somewhere. Okay. But this is what happens if I don't brush my hair. Excuse me, at least twice a day. Oh, golly. Then I end up with these doggone tangles, and I hate it when they're close down to your scalp because that hurts because that's tender there, and I've always been tender-headed anyway. There were people in my past when I was a little girl, and my mom, bless her, was trying to work, She was trying to develop some sewing skills. She took classes on how to do it. And somewhere down in the basement, I don't know when I'm ever going to find it again, but I wish I would. And I wish I would get me some material and get me some fun colors, decide if I want to go bright or if I want to go earthy, because I have a bright side and I have an earthy side. Even though I'm a Capricorn, I have many facets. I'm not like a lot of other Capricorns. Like with any zodiac sign, you're going to have similarities with other of the same sign, but then you're going to have differences too. And that's what makes the relationship so interesting, because it's like, okay, so we do have some things in common, but we have some things that only one of us knows about that has ever done these things. Like I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to travel and see some of the world out there, because we don't know how much longer we're all going to be here. And I don't want to go and say, oh man, never did get to travel and see the world, It's not realistic. I would have to get a passport, which I do not have. And I already know how expensive one can be because I saw my sister Normia go through it. I'm glad she got one, but it took a while before she finally got everything, because it's expensive, very expensive. And I wish, I'll be glad rather when I have the money myself in my pocket, in my wallet, in my bank account, whatever, that I can finally pay the price and get it too. And be able to go onto a car lot and pick the car of my dreams, which, speaking of car lot, I really need to get on the ball about this car deal thing from Capital One, believe it or not. I'm still in awe that I would get something like this from Capital One. I'm like, what did I do right? But okay. Okay. It says, and this shocked me when I read it. Janet, you're pre-approved for auto financing ranging from $4,000 to $55,000. Visit www.capitalone.com/auto pre-approval. Enter your personal code. Offer valid through October 18th. I need to do this. Great news. You've got the green light to purchase the vehicle you want with pre-approved auto financing ranging from $4,000 to $55,000 through Capital One. We've teamed up with Lindsay Honda to bring you this exclusive offer. You can use your offer on a new or used car, truck, or SUV, something to fit your lifestyle. Choose from a variety of vehicles during the pre-approval sale, September 19th to September 20th. And it's like, here's how to take advantage of your offer. Log in to view your offer. So I need to do this because this could get me a new car. This could get me at least a newer car. So I keep this in my Capricorn bag that I usually carry with me in such instances. And this was the receipt from the stuff I got Mom from Sam's Club the last time I was there. So this is kind of my way of keeping it together and keeping it in something important so I don't lose it. So yeah, I was like, huh? When I got that and I read it the first day I got it, I was like, oh, wow. So I need to jump on this and do it because this is the universe going, here's your car. What are you waiting for? Waiting for too much, apparently, waiting for the other shoe to drop, things to slow down. And all I know is so far they have not. Yeah, I know, man. It's like my hair, I really did do a freaking whack job on it. But, you know, I would rather cut it myself. And if I screw it up, well, I screw it up. It's not somebody that I paid a shit ton of money to do my hair and they screwed it up, you know. But being older, being 56, you know, even having my hair as short as I do, it still gives me some decent length. I still do my bangs because when my bangs start getting long enough that they're hanging down on my eyes, I don't like that. So I will trim them. And I try to separate my bangs from the rest of my hair. And then I always miss a piece. And, you know, I thought about, because my hair is so thick and everything, about thinning it out. But I don't know how to do that stuff. I've never done it before. That was the reason why I was taking the cosmetology course, which was the last course I was taking through Stratford, that I only got through a couple of assignments and then I stopped making my payments like an idiot. And I don't even remember why that reason was, but I really screwed myself up when I did that. So I am 3 courses behind, starting with a sewing course, sewing and dressmaking. Then it went to computers. And then lastly, the cosmetology, because the cosmetology teaches you how to thin hair and how to, you know, do different styles and whatever. I wanted to go to cosmetology through the Career Center when I was still going to East High School because I wanted to be with my then love of my life, or so I thought. BW is all I will say. I will not gratify him with saying his name, but he knows who he is. And I found out that he lives here in Whitehall, and I'm like, ugh. But I'm not going to live in fear either. If I run into him, all I can say is he is not going to like me, because I am going to unleash a fury on him like no man has ever witnessed in their lives. So much to the point that his jaw will probably drop. He'll have this shocked look on his face, like I just walked up and kicked him in his twig and berries. And I'm sorry, but he would deserve it. He was going to a career center. I forget what he was doing at the career center, like what career he chose or whatever. And I tried so hard to get qualified and go to the career center myself. But because my marks in school were so bad, they wouldn't let me. And I was heartbroken. I was absolutely devastated because I was worried the entire time he was there that he was going to cheat on me again. He was going to find somebody else. And knowing him like I do, that is probably exactly what happened. That's what he did. And he really, really hurt me. So it's not easy for me to forgive that, because he was my first. He was my first, you know, you know what? And I was 16, he was 17. It was drug induced. I had to take a Valium to get up the nerve to do it, which I should have saw as red flag number one. You have to take a drug to get up the nerve to do it. Maybe you shouldn't, and then red flag number two, well, I wasn't worried about this, but I could have just as easily ended up with child. Red flag number two, if he doesn't use protection or whatever, and you're in the right phase of your menses, Janet, you could have a kid by him. Do you really want a kid by this man? No. And then like red flag number three would be, he broke up with me for a stupid reason. So the way I see it, it's like, what did I do to deserve this? And he ended up with a drug addict girl who, I will only say her initials. It was either CK or KK. And she was she was like the only girl, or not the only girl, but she was one of the ones that I really wanted to sign my folder back when I was still in East High School, because that was the thing you did. Like, you would sign somebody's folder. That was kind of like memorabilia for us to look back on later. And I tried to befriend the girl, but she didn't want nothing to do with me. She was a little Miss Snobby fucking bitch. And I was like, well, fuck you. And so I wrote her name myself, but I purposely wrote it really, really small or something to make, and then just said, made it like she signed it, but it wasn't her. I did it because I really wanted to be friends with her, and she just wasn't having it. And ironically enough, years later, that is exactly who he ended up with. And I was like, you SOB. How dare you? And so when I run into him, oh man, Katie bar the door, reinforce the floodgates, because the stuff that's going to come out of me is going to shock him, and hopefully just let him realize just how much he hurt me and how deep of a level, and that I didn't appreciate it. I didn't deserve it. Yeah, sure. Okay. To be fair, I know we were kids. We were stupid. It was hormones, but it was more than that for me. I wanted him to be my first because I truly loved him, and he is of the Cancer zodiac sign, which is supposed to be my polarity. But because he hurt me on such a deep level, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and kind of physically too, I tried dating his brother, and he was really no better. He had mental issues, but he was cute. He had blonde hair, and I think he had blue eyes, because blonde hair, blue eyes, black hair, blue eyes, that was my thing back when I was a kid and I was a teenager. But, you learn and you grow. And so, and I've talked about this already, but it just really surprised me that he reached out to me, or tried to, on Facebook. But then when he found out he couldn't friend request me, he actually asked, why can't I friend request you on Facebook? And I'm like, oh, hell no, this is not the BW I think it is. And then I looked at his face. Cue ball, long beard, mustache, bushy mustache. I'm like, OMG, that is him. My jaw dropped. And I'm like, why would he ever for a minute think that I would want to ever hear from him again after what he did to me and how badly he hurt me? Because he 4F'd me, that little bugger did. And I have not forgotten that, because that's like the worst hurt that you can do to somebody, is you 4F them. Find them, feel them, FUCK them, forget them. Just, oh yeah, hit it and quit it. Yeah, I had that. It wasn't that good, because see, they want to stroke their own ego. They make a bet to their buddies, oh, watch me, I'm going to nail this chick Or watch me, I'm going to nail my friend Michael's mom. No, you're not. What the hell gave you the idea that you were going to ever do that, JC? It's like, dude. Now that you've sent me that disgusting picture of your progenitive organ or your twig and berries, I don't know that I want to hang out with you, because that's obvious where your mind is. And I am not here to be your release. You've already disrespected me by doing what you did, and I don't appreciate it. After all I did for you, after all I gave to you and your family, you do this to me, and that is not okay. That is not okay. You want to do right by me, you apologize in a very public way, like on Facebook or something, where everybody can see it and say, look, I really did my friend Janet wrong, and I'm sorry, and genuinely mean it. Not just saying it to save face and to save his own ASS that I want to kick, but to save face so he don't look like the bad guy. This boy destroyed my daughter, broke her heart. And now I'm not saying he was the first heartbreak that she experienced, because I know better, but who he ended up with, that was even worse, because this little bitch she was supposed to be my daughter's friend, and she never was, or she wouldn't have done this. They wouldn't have done this. And he should thank his lucky stars that I even responded to his dumbass all those days ago or a week ago or however the fuck long it's been. And that was just because I had happened to get on Facebook for something. I forget what. And because I know I have my Janet's relaxation page and stuff there, but I just don't know what to do with it right now. Aside from what I'm doing right here, but I don't know how to do video on there. I tried it, couldn't figure it out. So I don't know what to do with the channel much. I mean, I suppose I could try to utilize it or try to learn how to use it, but when it comes to money that Facebook wants me to invest in, like helping to build up my page, and I'd like to find a bunch of witchy stuff I could put on it and whatever, just stuff that's uniquely me. Now my profile, yeah, you can go on that and you'll find all kinds of witchy stuff, pictures and phrases and different things, but life happens, and you don't have the time anymore. I used to love to get on Facebook and did it quite a bit until it became too monotonous and effing crazy to do so, because I'd be on there playing a game or something, right? Or just kind of tooling around. And then first one window, chat window would pop up, and it would be one of my friends. I'd be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? Then another one would pop up, and I'm like, okay, so then I can handle two. Then another would pop up, and then another and another. And it seemed like they're coming out of the woodwork here. And I'm like, whoa, time out. What? Whoa. One person at a time, please. And I would get so confused that I would send the wrong information to the wrong person, and they would chat me back and go, huh? What the hell are you talking about? And then I would read what I said, and I was like, oh, I am so sorry. I meant that for so-and-so. And we'd have a laugh about it. And then, if they're truly a friend, they'll be like, oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, I do it too. I want to do something with my page. I want to have fun with it. I want to use it. I know Facebook is still well used by a lot of people. I get that. But I don't even think I have TikTok on this thing, on this 2-in-1, and I don't know if it can handle it. And right now, until the money starts flowing in, filling my mailbox with endless envelopes of cash from my Phase 10 business, people joining under me. I need 5 people to join under me, guys. It would get me $50 extra in my pocket. And you can even send the $2 to me for those of you that are my friends on here that truly know me, not the newbies that are coming on. But you guys know me, you know my address, or if you want my address, you can always message me on Facebook or something, and hopefully I'll get on there and see it. The Magical Cauldron, I think, was a witch community kind of that I hung out with a little bit on there. And I don't even know how long it's been since the last time I talked to them. And it's like, oh, wow, dang, this is crazy. So it's looking like I'm not going to be able, I'll gather the items for my Mabon ritual tomorrow. Once I get my first load in the wash and I get my clothes dragged down there, because I'm going to go ahead and throw in Chris's as well. But that load, I will not use any of the perfume stuff for his sake. And he don't have but maybe an outfit, if that, right now to be cleaned anyway. I'm the one that has all the stuff to be cleaned, because every time I tear into that room and I get rid of stuff and I sort through stuff and I look at, okay, I can't wear these anymore. These are too small. Give these to the thrift store, And I always find stuff, run into stuff that, oh, wow, I've been looking for this. Here it is. Okay. And I need to get some space cleared like right away. That is probably going to end up becoming someplace to store Chris's walker and his shower chair when it's not being in use. And I'm hoping that UPS will come by again tomorrow, and this time I will catch them. I will look out, see them out there. I will fling the window open and say, is that for me? Or, be right down, and then I'll run down and, hopefully it'll be his walker. What are you doing over there? What are you doing? Kitty cat. But I'm really proud of myself today, because I might not have got much done, but I made my mom happy by going over there and spending a few hours. I went to Target and got me my Mabon gifts that I chose, which you guys would probably laugh if you saw them, but they are Barbie stuff. And that's encouraging me, because I've got my little Barbie stuff sitting up in front of me over here. It's like several feet away from me, but excuse me, I put it the only place I could for now. And I am hoping it will encourage me, because it will, already has. When I am downstairs doing my laundry tomorrow while my first load is washing, I'm going to go into our storage unit. I'm going to open that smallest storage shed. I'm going to take probably the whole box of fucking kitchen trash bags down with me, because that way, if I run across some paperwork that there's just really no reason to keep because it's outdated shit and I don't need the extra paper, I've got plenty, just get rid of it. Old magazines, if I'm going to keep them for nostalgia or whatever, then put them in a box, put them in a pile by themselves or something, or literally physically take a box down there and fill it with as many of them as you can. And then once that box is full, if you end up running across even more, then hopefully you'll have another box around, which that's why I like to keep different boxes of different sizes and shapes around here, at least a handful, because one product comes out of them, but then I utilize them and recycle them by reusing them, because is that not recycling when you reuse stuff? Yeah. So trying to get the most out of something, so you don't have to spend a lot of money to go out and get a bunch of materials that, let's face it, man, times are tough right now. A lot of us don't have the money to just, we'll go out and shop for fucking cleaning supplies tomorrow and come back with a fucking Swiffer wet dry. I've got a regular Swiffer mop, guys, and I've only got a handful of the little pads that go on it. And I still got to finish the bathroom to a certain point, because taking everything out of there is the last part of it I'm going to do. I've cleaned everything else to the best of my ability. There's going to be a lot of scrubbing involved, because there's a nasty ring around the bottom of the sink from where Chris has, had to put a new faucet system in, because the one we had just stopped working. But then this building is pretty old. Hey, Squeak. What you doing, baby girl? So, and I don't mean to be talking so loud. I need to use my indoor voice, because, people are trying to sleep, and some people, they do work jobs and stuff. And I just get overexcited because, especially when I'm getting stuff done, that I've been meaning to do for years. And I've been here 18, and now I'm exhausting myself every day trying to do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more and get this place to a certain point that when Chris comes home, he comes home to a clean home. It's healthier for the cats. It's healthier for my fish. It's healthier for me. Healthier for neighbors when they come to visit, which is not very often. And I'm still working through my issues with Christy that she hasn't paid me yet. And she owes me $30, and she has made no effort whatsoever to pay me back yet. So I'm not going to say any more about it. I'm, the next time she wants me to take her to work at 6:00 in the morning, I'll be like, sorry, sis, I love you dearly, but I asked you that one payday, that Thursday that I took you. And, I said, when you can. That doesn't mean make me wait several pay periods before you pay me that $30 and yet keep expecting me to take you at 6:00 in the morning, which I don't like to do. I don't like to get up at 5:00 in the morning to take you to work and then expect $10 for gas and not get it. That's not fair to me. And when you make no attempt after 6 days even to say, hey, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back with you. I'm sorry I haven't gotten you your money yet. But at least like offer me, it's like, could I just give you 10 from each paycheck, the next 3 paychecks I get? Okay, fine. Tell me the dates. Tell me the payday that you're going to pay me. I will mark it on my calendar. I will give you every opportunity to remember it. And if you just want to pay me $10 a month or $10 for the next 3 pay cycles, fine. But don't, in between that time, till that whole 30 is paid, do not ask me to take you to fucking work at 6:00 in the morning. I'm not going to do it. You've had all this time. You still haven't gotten your car fixed. And now it's going into winter. We still haven't gone to get your practice in, so get your driver's license. You're slagging off, sis. And I'm doing some tough love here. I'm not trying to be a bitch, even though it may seem that way, but you owe me that money. And I thought it was understood by past times when I've said, anytime you ask me to take you somewhere that normally I wasn't going to go or whatever, and you have no other way there and it's important to you, or, something like that, give me $10 for gas for that. Because if you only give me $5, that's an insult, because you're lucky to get 1 gallon of gas with $5 right now, because gas prices are through the roof, along with many other things. And just make it plain. Say, look, I'm giving you every opportunity here. And I will say, to be fair, I am truly sorry if I did not make it clear to you that every time I took you, I expect $10 for gas, because I have to get up at 5:00 in the morning. And then I have to, first thing I do when my alarm goes off, are you up? And then usually you type back pretty quick, yes, I am. Okay, I'm on my way down to the car. Okay, I'll be down in a minute, Make sure I have my my battle vision glasses, which I leave in the car. I've been using my my glasses here that have that lovely what do they call it? I know the word. Come on, what is it? Anyway, it'll come to me. When I go out in the sun with my glasses on, the lenses automatically go dark. Transition lenses. Thank you. Hang on. Kenny. Sorry, I could not think of your name for the life of me, bro. I am so sorry. Even though you guys may not believe this, and I really don't have a definitive way to prove it because I am way too tired to even attempt it, but Janis Joplin is here. Her spirit is here. I found the only poster that I literally own of her, and it's so aged by looking at it. You can tell. I mean, because it has a white border and the paper has started to yellow. That's how old this thing is. And when I first moved here, I know some of the first posters that I put up to kind of start playing around with my own style of a hippie pad, because I missed out on all the hippie stuff and I thought it was cool. And, I wish I could have gone to Woodstock, and many of you got to, no fair. I just would have loved to experience that. But yeah, I mean, back then, the bad stuff that was going around, no, I would not want to happen. Like, people were too experimental with drugs, and, they would make up dangerous combinations that would end up costing them their life. Janis is among I don't know how many died at this age, but Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, and I believe Janis Joplin were all like roughly the age of 27 when they died. And so Janis I had up over on this wall for a while, like right in the area where my casket is that you see in the background there, but it's more that way or whatever. But I put her away for a long time. I rolled her up because I didn't want her to get damaged or ripped or whatever. And I like to redecorate. Like, there's some pictures in here that have been up so long. It's like, oh my God, I need to put that down so I can put up something new. I mean, I got a picture of an actor that I like on my wall that, it's like, I forget even how I got that picture or who found it and why they took it, but man, does he look yummy. Anyway, I copyright infringement. I don't know if it's okay to mention celebrity names and stuff on here, and I don't need the trouble. But anyway, so I put my Janet poster. I took it down for a while. I had one up of Janis. I had one up of Jim Morrison. And who else? Was there any other iconic rock stars that I ever had a poster of? I don't think there were. Like, I need to get me a Jimi Hendrix poster sometime, and I hope it's okay to say that, because I just said I don't know if it's considered copyright infringement just mentioning the name of a celebrity. So I try to disguise their name by using their initials if I know all three of them. Like, that's how I came up with Sigby's. I'm not going to say what his initials are because there's too many of you that already know exactly who I'm talking about. So anyway, one day, I was sitting in here in the front room, not really doing much. It was what I would consider just a normal, ordinary, boring, mundane, uneventful day. And all of a sudden, I looked over at the closet door in here, which I'm looking at right now. Hey, Kalika, you coming up? And I decided to clean it out one day. Come on. My kitty cat went back on my lap. Chris was on the computer in the dining room, doing whatever he was doing. And for once, he didn't say anything to me. I was able to find a lot of things that he thought had been lost. I was able to find at least some of the floor plans that he made up of what our house that he wants to build for us is going to look like. And I'm telling you, the way he's described it, it's phenomenal, guys. I would so love that, and definitely say, yeah, this would be a dream house for me. The driveway, once you come down our road, okay, I've always pictured it being in the middle of a field, and that's the way he kind of put it on the plans. This was a program that he went through when he was in prison for that whole CP thing all those years ago. And, it gave the inmates something to do, because I refused to go see him because I was so enraged on how he got himself caught and how careless he was. But here's the thing, guys. He was innocent. Okay. And I'm not going to go into that story and explain it again, because every time I do, it's like reliving it and re-experiencing it again. And going through it once is plenty. Trust me. It's the kind of shit that traumatizes you for life. It always causes difficulty in the relationship, because some people from your past just show up out of the blue and start screaming, did you know that you're dating a pedophile? Or you're dating a CP person or whatever. And it's like, you know what, bitch, whatever, shut the hell up and go away. And I knew exactly who it was. And she didn't even have the nerve to come over herself, because if she would have, I would have slapped her. I would have found a tricky way to get her to hit me, and I would have flattened that little bitch on the floor, and I would have told her exactly how I felt. You know, how dare you even fucking come over here and speak to us after what you did to him? You know, I hope you burn in your own HE double toothpicks, you little female dog. You know, because you got to watch, you know, because you're in a public place, you got little kids around and stuff. I don't want to be cussing in front of them if I can help it. If they say, what do you mean female dog? Never mind, kid. You'll learn later. Don't even worry about it now. I'm trying to keep from getting kicked out of this place because this little female dog's being a female dog. Bitch, in other words. And she was just trying to stir up trouble, because she's still pissed off to this day that my man wouldn't FUCK her when she was a teeny bopper. And she knew how to turn him on. So she did the shit on purpose. And her and her sister were well known for doing this very kind of thing, guys. So it wasn't just her, it was her sister too. And Mike Tyson. I love this little thing. I really do. If you hit it right and you get it, you let it sit long enough that it starts finally smoking and everything. But it takes, I still need to time how many hits you can get off one of these before a load expires and, you know, it's like all burnt and brown. It's like, yeah, not so fun. But I carry this because that way I don't have to have a lighter. I don't have to worry about having the bowl put in a baggie and sealed shut, because that way there was no lid on it. And if any green comes out of it, it stays in the bag. So I don't lose it, because this stuff is precious. I'm still hoping to get myself another jar of it, but I might just wait until the 29th when we get our checks and just enjoy what's left of the money blessing. Feel good when the other two payments come out and it's registered in my Capital One account that yes, this and this has come out. I'll be like, okay, cool. That's definitely good. There's one lady that I hope to meet, and I am literally going to manifest her into my life, and I won't stop until I do. I will blow up her channel and everything if that's what it takes. She's a little foreign chick. I would probably tower over her even without my high heel goth shoes back here or wherever I put them, because that gives you several inches of height. I literally tower over Chris wearing these things. It feels so good. It's like, what was that, little man? You want me to stomp on you? You don't talk to me that way, you know. But anyway, I'm just trying to be silly and funny and trying to make people laugh, because, yeah, especially when you have a hectic day, that's when you need to laugh and play, you know. Cut up, do jokes, funny stories, you know, just enjoy it and make it an evening to remember, you know, just by doing a simple live stream and just being yourself. Oh, that was a good one. I waited long enough this time. And me and Norma are the only ones that have these. We got the only two in existence, you guys. You cannot find these. It's called a Mike Tyson. It's awesome. I love the way it hits. Because once you learn your lung capacity and about how much you can take in before you're like, and coughing up a lung, so to speak, But when it gets up to a certain point of hot, if you don't like, you can still hold it. It won't get so hot you're like, ow, and you drop it or anything. But don't put try to, when you do a bud, try to break it up into like the loose stuff, more like, like when you do the grinder and it turns it into that consistency, do that and fill that chamber to the top if you want. But it has trouble with buds, even the smallest little buds, because the heating element is in this, but I think it's in both ends. Like, see, you can't see it, but there's magnets. The silver that you see on the edges, those are magnets that holds this on. But if you have it on and don't hit it as many times as you can, which I'm still trying to figure out how many times you can hit it, it'll shut itself off so it don't get too hot and you don't burn your hand, because then that's causing physical injury. And I know Mike Tyson wouldn't want that. He invented this. Way to go, Mike. He did a very, very good job. And I am truly, truly, truly blessed, thankful, and appreciative that I got one. May I have it forever, and may its battery never die, or may its power source never die. Have it forever and be an old lady and be doing this. And hang on a minute. I can still blow it out my nose. Yay. When you hit it right, it only takes a couple hits anyway. And you're like, hey, okay, I'm Plus Pluto again. Uh-oh, 10 minutes till midnight. Oh no, what do we do? I'm sorry, I don't feel up to reading cards tonight, guys, but I just don't. But I read a lot of other stuff. And that just reminds me, I gotta go find a pair of socks that I can wear this clean. Good luck there. I'll have to literally take the whole top dresser drawer out, set it on my bed, turn the light on, go through it, and hope that there's at least one pair in there. Time to do my foot pad detox. You've got to do it. Put socks on over top of it once you get them fastened on there, because that's how they do their thing, and they pull all that toxin out of you. Look out, Kalika. Look out, my child. I don't want to let you. Give me a pair of socks. There we go. You betcha, babe. All right. Got myself all locked up, tidied up, da-da-da-da-da. I need... I'll do a wipe. I need to get I've gone through this pack already. The trick is you gotta, for those of you that have never used them before, trust me, I think they do work. Because when you've been doing them long enough that the pads come out clean to where there's like hardly any black at all. Black ooey gooey stuff is what I call it. But you gotta do it on a clean foot. So, okay. Oh, yuck. Dirty footses. And the last time I got these, I got 2 packs of 10. So, I actually have 20 here. And these aren't that much on Amazon. You just look up, these are called, I think that's an S, Cef Uduntu 2-in-1 deep cleaning foot patch. Ugh. Or you could do detox foot patches, and it should bring them up. Ugh. So, this way, I've always felt by doing this, I am... Okay, yep. I thought it did. Sometimes I've got to remember how to get into these things. Okay. Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, this tends to take a minute. It's like, man, do you think you guys have these things well wrapped enough? And then what I usually do is, because each pack has 2, so you can do both feet and everything. I just think it's a good deal, and it's not that much. I think it's like a little over $20. But think about all the toxins we put in our bodies every day. You know what I'm saying? And yes, pop being among them, because pop is, primarily sugar, right? Sugar and caffeine. Now, yep, you can open these. I had to make sure because I couldn't remember. Now, I can't get these every month, but I'm going to start getting these every month and stock up on them a little bit, because these are hard to come by sometimes, like depending on what seller you go through and stuff on Amazon, which, as you know, there's always multiples that, some of them you get a really good deal, or you'll get a better deal, like you'll get 4 in a pack or something, and that's even better than 2. But the 2 10-packs, that's like 10 days away from 30 days. So as soon as I possibly can, like when I get my check, as a matter of fact, I might order 2 more of these, another double pack, and just let them do their thing. Because that way, when you're smoking the green, okay, you're still doing it responsibly. Enjoy your buzz, all day long if you want, but you got to get a handle on it. You got to stop letting it interfere with your schoolwork, and stuff like that. Because, there's college students out there too. So, I mean, any students that, go to any kind of college, basically. Okay, you're going to stay on there. Don't make me tape you, because that's just going to make you harder to get off. You put these on before bed, and by the time you take them off in the morning, they are covered. Like, literally, it's like black goo has been sucked out of the bottom of your feet, because that's exactly what it feels like. Black goo. And I'm like, ew. But it's so satisfying to detox like this, because to me, it is showing my responsibility as an avid smoker. Green smoker. Not the stuff that my husband smokes and that has gotten him in the hospital, which you guys know how I feel about that. The silver lining here, folks, is this just goes to show how many fun ways, memorable ways that magic can manifest. And yes, gratitude is a huge help, because a big part of the problems in the world, people, is there's so many of us that actually choose, and I will never understand this. I will never fathom why anybody would want to make such a sacrifice. And it's like, it I don't know, it changes your perspective. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just when somebody chooses to be homeless, I'm never going to understand that. I'm never going to be able to make sense of that, because there's been young people out on the streets, addicts, sadly, um, DRUG, various types. You don't know what type of experimental labs are running around these alleys. It's not safe to sit out at night. Don't sit out alone unless you got a weapon, because you just don't know when the crazies might come out, and you don't want to be at the wrong place at the wrong time and get hurt, or almost die, like I did, because that was scary, guys. That was really, and now part of the karmic debt for that irresponsibility on my part is the concussion that I suffered, and the neck issues and dizziness issues and vertigo issues I suffer to this day. And I just hope and pray, using the gratitude way, there will never be a day when I will say, hey, I'm going to die today because something isn't working anymore. Something in my body has just given up. Okay. I hope a time like that never comes. But when you are under the levels of stress that I am, as an individual, guys, as somebody that is very, very little experienced as far as ADHD and autism goes, and how it even works, because when you spend 18 years of your life with a partner, and during that entire time you had no clue that they were autistic, but they were considered highly functional, highly intelligent. Chris's thing is computers. He knows them. He understands them. That's how he explained it to me one day. I was like, okay. My thing is doing live streams. My thing is reaching out to people in like the safest way I know, because I get it. There's scary people out there. I'm not one of them. I say that often because I'm trying to remind those of you that follow me that I'm not, if you want to meet me like in person sometime, and something I've said or done or shared with you guys, or some live stream you saw that you're like, oh, I really love that one, could we talk about that sometime, meet somewhere? I'll be like, sure, name the date and place. This is where I live, but I'll have to be, vague, of course, till we get to know each other better and decide if there's like a friendship there that can possibly sprout and go, okay, yeah, this is cool. Um, because the world being as scary as it is now, I've seen horror stories myself on not America's Most Wanted, but it's 10.4, channel 10.4, and it just says Crime Network, where it has all these different types of things, and, murder and marriage and all kinds of stuff like that. It's really scary. But those of us that survive it are obviously the ones that have the strength to. Now, I've survived a lot of negative, like, stuff. I would just make your freaking skin crawl, like, oh my God, how did you get through that? Well, good question. I'm still trying to find that answer. I'll let you know if I ever find it someday. Anyway, it's like, what was I saying? But yeah, I call this my dead celebrity hangout club, because there's so many of them here. You guys have no idea. And no, I'm not just saying that. And no, don't expect me to prove it, because I can't. I don't have the equipment right now. The energy is low around here, until I get this house, this apartment of mine, cleaned up proper. And then once I get it cleaned up in the physical sense, mopping, sweeping, doing the cat box, doing the trash, doing the dishes, moppity mop, and doing the walls are going to be among the hardest for me because I'm going to be doing them with my Swiffer mop, because I can go up the walls as high as it'll go. But guys, let me tell you, 18 years of nicotine from, I couldn't even tell you how many smokers have been in my apartment. You know, kids of mine, kids, friends of mine, you know, family, you name it. And that horrible nicotine just destroys everything. It makes it look dull and yucky. And then you're like, you got so much stuff hanging on the walls. You don't want to take the time. You don't have the energy. You don't have the clearance that you need to get to the things, to take them down and then mop that section, clean it. But because with the mop, it has a long handle on it, go as high as you can go. I mean, it's better than like what my bathroom wall looks like right now. And it's like, oh dear Lord, Goddess, help me, please help me. I did finally have one of my first hot soak in my little tub that I got from Temu that I absolutely love. But I had a heck of a time getting that thing emptied, buddy. Woo-wee. That thing was heavy. And, you know, it's very, very cramped. Let's just say that, because I'm forcing it, see, to conform to the narrowness of the tub. And this tub is meant to be round. So the next time I use it, I'm going to put plenty of towels down, put down some garbage bags even, you know, just to make extra sure that it's not soaking through the floor. And, you know, I don't move around a lot. So, but I'm going to clean up the area next to the shower, behind the litter box, and in front of the toilet. There's this one little section, and I'm hoping it'll be enough room. If I clear everything out of it, like the litter box, I'm gonna have to pull way forward. I may even have to go so far as to put it out in the hallway or put it out in the dining room or something for a little bit, but put it like about the middle of the floor with the lid up, the top part up, or lid or whatever, so they can get in and out of it still while I'm in there in my little tub. You know, and it did come with this little pillow, but I haven't been able to get it inflated because I don't know what Chris did with the air pump we had. And it was one of those that you had to hold on to the handles and then you pull it up and it has the little hose on it and the little attachment, and you plant your feet on the bottom and pull it up and you hold it. And yeah, one of those. Don't know where it is. Thought I did. Thought, hey, you know, great. Where is it again? So when I get this physical cleansing done, then I'm going to go through here, and this I will try to include you guys as much as possible, but I'm going to probably have to have Norma to carry around the camera, this for me, and show her how to point it towards me and everything and get good angles. So I'm literally going to walk you guys through a typical house cleansing that I do for people that is magical related, Wiccan related, you know, but it's very, very effective for sure. And you feel so much better after you have a cleansing like this. And then by people being able to experience it by doing the walkthrough, you know, the benefits of live streaming. It's like someone following you around with a little video camera, right? You know, and you include the audience that where they feel like they're there. See, isn't that part of the fun why we like to watch, you know, the paranormal investigators? And there's how many out there now? I'm not even going to try to count. I've lost count. Forget it. I ain't trying to count. Too many. Bless all of you that are actually genuine. Shame on you, the ones that are the fakers. Stop that. You've got plenty of money. You've got plenty of, you know, give someone else a chance, man. You keep talking about send someone some love. Send me some, okay? I mean, give me 1,000+ followers so I can start making money on here. A house cleansing, what I would charge is going to depend on, one, the location of the apartment or house or whatever. Two, how big the dwelling is. Three, what type of like even acquaintance thing that I develop with you and you're going to trust me to come out to your home. Give me a try. I will, let's see, I think I'm just playing around with some numbers here. Let's see what one comes to mind first. Because usually the first one is the best one to go with. I'm still trying to figure out where the number one comes into having to do with me, but apparently it does. Even though I'm a January 9 baby, so I'm ninth day of the month, and I'm like, what? Now, first can also be, yeah, it's the first month of the year, or January 1st. I have a friend named Lawrence that has that birthday. I'm so jealous. I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. January 1st, man, New Year's Day baby. Excuse me. But it is from a book called Moon Magic, I believe. I don't have it in front of me right now. Excuse me when I do get it, because I'm gonna need to get the. I think I pretty much know. It's like I've committed this house blessing and cleansing to memory. Like I can recite it like nothing. Like first and foremost, you go to the farthest part of your house first. So say like this is a house on a street. There's a front yard, there's a backyard, there's a side yard, there's side doors in, there's front doors in, there's back doors in. You go to the back door and start there. Okay. You have somebody carrying a tray with holy water on it, a bell, and some white sage, or even if you only have regular sage, it still works. Let's see. So you need an attendant to do this, because I could probably do it myself, but I would have to keep setting the tray down to put one item down and pick up the next one that I needed. But I believe the first step is you open all the doors in the house, all the drawers, all the windows, or well, I don't know about windows, but all the drawers and cabinets and everything like that where dark energy can dwell. And you leave them open, and you make sure that you get the sage in there, and you blow on it if you need to, run it in there slowly a couple of times so that the smoke does its thing. Then when you get that all done, you close all your cabinets, all your drawers, everything you need to close. And then you leave those open while you're doing the cleansing till the end of the cleansing. Then go back and close everything to make sure something don't hide, because they know how to hide. Trust me. They're devious little snits. But anyway, so you go around so you would go to, say you're starting in the back. Now, depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed, if you're left-handed, you're going to do the left corner first. If you're right-handed, you'll do the right corner first. But you basically sprinkle holy water on the door frame, on the door stoop, down the sidewalk a little if you want, even, so that really does create a nice barrier between, the spiritual nexus of sorts and the person living there or the family living there, so the negative energies cannot get past that barrier. Establishing the wall of protection or the circle of protection is the easier part. Maintaining it, see, that's where the trick comes in, because there are so many spirits running this planet right now, guys, that just want something to do, that are perfectly harmless, that, may be young, some of them, but they just want something to do. They want a purpose again, okay? That is completely understandable, especially if their lives were taken suddenly away or violently away after they underwent some healing. Then I'd be like, okay, come and see me when you've healed, because I don't want any more negative energy than I already have to deal with every day. But the gist of it is, you take the sage, you go around the door jamb, go around the bottom, go down the sidewalk, do the same. Then you do the holy water. You sprinkle the holy water, sprinkle it on the door jamb. Then you walk inside, do whatever corner first, do that one, and then do the other one. And you sprinkle holy water. You ring a bell and say, "Begone, evil spirits. You are not welcome here." And you have wave the sage around, or if you got it in a little bowl or something and it's smoldering good enough, then you can just have someone your attendant carry it around for you, everything on the tray that you need. And as you need an item, you can put it down and pick up the next one that you need. So holy water, bell, saying the words, and then you just move through to the next room and the next room. When you're all done, you should end up at the front door. Because remember, you started at the back for a reason. I'll try to explain it. Don't know how well I'll do, so bear with me, guys. When you get to your front door, okay, then you say something about I invite all spirits of love and light and helpfulness and goodness come into this dwelling now. Forever stay, forever keep it clean and clear of the negative energies around here. Living in an area like I do right now, we've heard gunshots out our window more times than I can count, and sometimes it ended up taking somebody's life. A drug deal gone wrong, some little kid getting a hold of an adult's gun and hurting and shooting themselves. I mean, it's horrible. People and their irresponsibility to leave such things out like that is just stupid, and they should all be disciplined for it in an appropriate manner, because these are innocent children that have barely been on this earth but a couple of years, and you're leaving loaded guns around for them to play with, and then they end up shooting and fatally killing themselves. Oh yeah, I want that plastered all over the news. Look what my stupid kid did. Well, it wasn't the kid that was stupid. It was the careless fucking stupid ass adult that did not lock the shit up, so the kid wouldn't have gotten a hold of it in the first place. Okay? Life is precious. Stop taking it away. Stop forcefully taking it away. It's not right. It's not fair. You are not allowed. This is, yeah, it may be end of days, but there's some shit that is going down first. And I already know I'm one of the ones that's going to rise again, because I'm going to become an avenging angel. I already know. Which is going to come pretty easy for me because of all that I suffered and endured, however long I was on this earth plane. So with that, I am going to pause briefly, take these back into the bathroom, since I'm using this pack, and there's 10 pairs in each pack, and there's 2 packs, so that's 20. So this one I need to keep out here somewhere so that I can remember to do it every night. And this is the other one, so that one can stand there until I need it. And I'm going to get my other peanut butter jelly sandwich. I'm going to come back for probably a handful of minutes, and then I'm going to bed. I always, I'll put 2 of these in the, I take them out of the freezer and I put them down in the fridge. So by the time I get around to snacking on them, they're already nice and soft. This one is strawberry. The one I'm getting tomorrow is going to be the grape. For this snack, I thank you now. As it sustains me, please allow your blessings on these gifts in me as I will, so mote it be. Let this one Uncrustable fill me up like I had 3 or 4. Let it last me through the night and let me not get hit with any hunger pains while I'm sleeping. I'm going to get some more of the breakfast sandwiches. I'm going to get some more of the egg rolls. But this time I'm keeping them all here. The only thing additional I'll be getting will be the multi-packs of the Pop-Tarts that my mom's asked me to get her next. So I will. And then she will pay me cash. Hey, quit! For how much I spend to get the stuff for her. I'm going to get 2 of them because they're big boxes. Like, it's got more strawberry Pop-Tarts in it than the blueberry. And there's only a couple flavors. So that was strawberry, blueberry, cherry. Anyway, I'm gonna get 2 big boxes of them. Give one to Mom. Write down the price of it so I can show her on the receipt. See this right here. It goes all the way across. This is how much this cost me. She'll give me the cash version of that. So I'm hoping that it'll be like $20 or something right there, or more. 20 or 30 would be great. But they're not that much. 20 will be fine. When I get them and I get them back here, because what I'll do is I'll go to the Sam's Club, gotta get my credit card that they accepted me on over there. Find out if I need to renew my membership because I have the extra card from Norma's account and hers doesn't need renewed. So if I can save myself $50 that way, I'm going to do it. And then hopefully when they give me my card, tell me my limit, I will go off by myself somewhere and I will say, what is 30% of this credit, of this amount? It'll tell me, and then I'll know. Spend within this bracket and no more. So that I can continue to show and prove that I am being responsible with the credit. I am being restrained. I do restrain myself. I think before I spend. And I always pay off the entire balance every single time. So right now, I'm thinking to myself, oh my. I said I wasn't going to stay up past midnight, and here I am. It's 12:25. Oops. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Thanks for listening. Thanks for appreciating me. Keep working on that gratitude. Learn to live in gratitude each day. And trust me when I say this, you will not regret it. I mean, the blessings just fall from the sky. Okay. Perfect example. I got my $500 loan, but it took me several lenders going through the process, and then I would get to a certain point and then I couldn't go any further, so I would get frustrated and stop. But they acknowledged that, oh, okay, you did try to get this. Well, we're sorry that you were having difficulty. Our website might be down, or it might need updates, or who knows, any number of things. But pay off my balance each time and spend within the spend bracket allowable. Say my credit line turns out to be 700. I already know that 30% of 700 is 210. So that means that my spend bracket is $210. I would like to shop for some early Christmas for some people. And I really want to take the time. This is why I want to go by myself, not take Norma. I want this time to myself because some of the presents I get might be for her. And then it's like, it ain't going to be a present if you know what it is before I even wrap it, right? You got to stay. I'm doing early Christmas shopping. I got my credit card. And I promise we will find some fun way to celebrate it. And because I got accepted for that credit card, phenomenal amount, like, oh, are you serious? And it's just a personal one. You know, I decided to go with personal, you know. Start out small, build myself up. And I really hope that when the 29th gets here and my check gets loaded, I am able to pay off the balance of my Open Sky, which I know what that is now, and pay off the balance of my self card so that once again, I'm showing them consistency. I'm paying my payments on time. I'm paying attention. I'm spending within my spend bracket. I might go over my spend bracket, but I still try to make myself stop because sometimes emergencies do arise that some of that money has to be used for, like $50 for gas that I didn't originally plan on having to have, but now I do need it. So I want to be able to get it. I want to get a AAA membership again. And I want to do it without Chris's knowledge so that if something ever does happen and the car, say, breaks down or something somewhere and we're kind of stuck at least overnight until we can make some phone calls and hopefully summon some help, like depending on where it is, it might have to end up being Jim. Ouch. And if he does have to come and get me, I would hope that he would have the decency and courtesy, since Mom has already made it quite clear that I am never to drive her precious car, that only Jim is allowed to drive it. Because on the one hand, she admires my driving and how good of a driver I am, but on the other hand, the hurtful side of her, she don't want me driving her precious car. So that makes me feel like I'm not good enough, like she's already assuming that I'm going to do something stupid and end up getting in an accident or something on purpose just because I'm jealous because they have such a nice car. What reason do I have to be jealous? I have my own nice car. You know, I have my Corvette, 2017, white, and I'll be able to just drive it home that day and pay it off. No car payments, just pay it off. And finally have my vet. And then when I get that, oh boy, am I going to have some fun. I'm going to experiment myself because it'll be my car, right? So it'll either look very unique and, if nothing else, become sort of an abstract, sort of creative, expressive art. due to the fact that the vet's going to be white, I'm going to witch that thing up one side and down the other. I'm going to spray paint symbols on it, symbols of protection, symbols of prosperity, symbols of safety, symbols of money drawing, being able to take it to a car show and be welcomed. Oh, you finally got your first car, that yay, meaning that I can go to a cruise in and be completely, be one of the cars that everybody's like, oh, wow, that is so cool. Did you do that? Well, I did the spray paint on it. Yes. And I mean, granted, it's maybe not a professional job, but it's my car. It was pure white. White's impossible to clean. So I was like, you know what? This innovator decided to have some expressive, creative fun with some colors and shapes and symbols and all that fun stuff. Make it my witchmobile that everybody wants. But it ends up winning me a lot of friends. Like the equivalent of, by some miracle, getting a hold of the very Corvette that John Crawford, who is no longer with us, once purchased, and I got to ride in, and it was dove gray, purple, and orange, and it was one of the long, sleek body vets that you can only fit 2 people in. Oh my goddess, was that car gorgeous. Anytime me and John drove down the street in that thing, that was the owner's name, John Crawford, people would wave at us on the street and stuff, just young people were just walking by and they're like, they got these big old smiles, on their faces, and they're like, hey, because the car was cool. And because we were lucky enough to drive it and have it, that made us cool. And that was like a big deal to me. And I got the biggest thrill out of that. Well, John has had some children, and I've been meaning to ask his daughter, Stephanie. I believe her name is Stephanie Jordan. Bless her. Hope she's doing okay. Hope you're doing okay, sweetie. You and your lady, which I hope to meet you both here sometime. If you guys both feel comfortable enough and you can make the trip, or if I have to make the trip to you, we can work something out. Just if we're going to do it, I would rather do it before it gets too much colder out, though, because I don't want to be like dealing with snow and ice and hazardous driving conditions, and 30 below freaking temperatures at night and class 3 advisories out. Don't be on the road unless you're an emergency vehicle or you're going to get a fine, kind of deal. Yes, but it's a witch thing that I'm used to. And you're like, huh? I was talking to one of my spirits and I heard them very clearly in my head say, thought you were going to bed. I almost did, but then some other stuff just came to mind. And I was like, oh, wait, I was going to talk about this. This is my Mabon celebration after all, even though it's no longer the 23rd, it's actually the 24th. So I consider this preliminary to my Mabon ritual that I'm going to be doing today, because it's literally after midnight. When I get up, and that's going to be my reward to myself, I will go out at some point, like I said, when my clothes are washing, probably when I put in my first load. I'm going to drag out one of my baskets because I've got one in the bedroom that been meaning to clean out anyway, find another place for the stuff that's in it, all that kind of stuff. And I've also been toying around with the idea of, since we don't have any kids here anymore, other than like Ren and her little sister when they come over, with Tish and Trent or whatever the hell his name is, Christy's family. But what I would do is I would do like I did before if I decide to do it. I haven't decided yet. But in this building, we have 4 windows upstairs and we have 4 windows downstairs, a total of 8, right? Because there's 8 apartments in this building. The windows I speak of are long and narrow, and they're those big, thick glass blocks that literally, it's phenomenal because you cannot see through them no matter how hard you try. And at the same time, it's so frustrating because you're like, why can't I see through them? It's a safety thing, okay? Several years ago, A good friend that lived here at the time, Harold Roddy. Love you, man. He's passed away this past July, I think, or was it? No, that was Jack Jack. Sorry, my bad. My friend Norma's cat. Um, I've got his remains. I've got his ashes around my neck in this little pendant that she got me, and then I have a little frog next to it that's got part of her husband Kenny's ashes in it and her mom, which I never got to meet either one of them. So it's kind of nice to have something there with Jack Jack because they're family to me. I have on my dragon, which is purple. He's got purple wings. And I got on my Mike, St. Michael, and I think that's it. Yeah. So, and I forgot my yellow citrine. Thank you for my perfect weight, shape, and size. Thank you for my perfect weight, shape, and size. Thank you for my perfect weight, shape, and size. Why? I'm happy, healthy, thin, fit, productive, active. Yay! Because remember, the more you focus on that using gratitude, the quicker you will lose the weight. Like, look at me. I'm making myself drink more water. Good job, Janet. Proud of you. Okay. I alternate. I will drink one of these with Kool-Aid in it, and then I will drink a water. I will drink an actual bottle of pop, then I will drink a water. I sometimes will allow myself a cup of coffee in the morning, but right now, every morning has been the same coffee that I've been using because it's been days old, weeks old. I've got it in a pitcher in the fridge, recycling it by not dumping it down the drain because it sat for days and days and days. It was the last pot of coffee Chris ever made before he went into the hospital today, making it 9 days that he's been in there. And I've only made it up there twice. I am not going up there tomorrow. And if he calls me and asks me, I'll be like, babe, I'm sorry, but I can't. I've got too much around here that I'm doing. I'm celebrating Mabon today because I meant to do it on the 21st. That never happened. Meant to do it on the 22nd. That never happened. Meant to do it on the 23rd. That never happened. So damn it, I want to do it today. And I'm also continuing to bit clean around here because I still want you to come home to a clean house. When they do let you go finally and say, okay, come and get me. They've released me. I'm okay now. This is what we're going to do. And yes, I will keep watching for your shower chair. May the God and Goddess and powers that be in my spirit family make sure that UPS pulls up out back. Make sure I happen to be looking out the window at the time. I hear the vehicle or whatever. I turn around, look, see it. I fly the window open. I open it real quick and go, is that for me? Or I'll be right down. And then just leave the window open for the cats. Go down, get it, say Apartment H, right? Janet Feinstein. Yep, that's me. Okay. And then they take their little picture and prove that they delivered it where they were supposed to. So his shower chair will be here. I'm sorry, his walker will be here today. And he, when I told him that I was at my mom's earlier, he said, okay, have fun. And I appreciate that. That means a lot because normally he would get pissy about something like that and bitch and complain because I'm not dropping everything and coming up there to see him because he should take top priority over my mother. I'm sorry, but no. I was raised that my mother takes top priority. If you're lucky, you will be second place. Third place ain't so bad either. But second place, I would have to say, as far as family, would be my brother. And third would be Chris, because my children have already accepted him as dad, which is fine. But in order for me to truly feel that he is still worthy of me and my family, that is now his, my children, shit's got to change. Shit has got to change. Don't tell me that we're going to go do couple counseling and then you don't hold up your end of it, Chris. Don't do that to me. Because I'm telling you right now, if you stop, then I'm going to be looking for another place to live because it's just going to prove to me that I'm not worth it. Or you must not think so much of me after all, because otherwise you would do it without hesitation. You are the one that suggested it first. And in your mind, that makes it okay. If I suggest it first, doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be okay with you. It's got to be your idea. It's got to be your way. It's got to be your, desire or whatever. So prove to me that you are going to stick with this and you are going to see it through, or we're over, period. No exceptions. We're done. I'm going to look for a place to live and I'm going to move out as soon as I can. But until that time happens and until I get the money saved back, I'm going to need saved back to do that. I'm going to continue staying here with you, continue paying the rent just like I do. But I'm going to be gone a lot because I am no longer going to put my life on hold to cater to you or to take care of you because you can't take care of yourself anymore. Don't make it my job when I can't even take care of me. Okay. My children call you dad. Okay, fine. Prove it. Prove that you're worthy of that title. Prove to me that this relationship is in fact salvageable, will be, and will be okay. You will get a better grip on your health. You will give up the damn cigarettes and the beer because they're not helping you. They're not doing you any good. When I do my green, at least I fucking do it responsibly. I don't get so fucking high out of my damn mind that I can't see straight or can't drive or, operate machinery. Can't do a cup of coffee or a pot of coffee because I'm going to scald myself to death because I'm too high and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I know how to smoke. I've been smoking since I was 14. I do it responsibly. Because when you do it responsibly, then you are spending less on it, less often, because you're making what you have last. And that's a good thing. That is showing true appreciation for it. And for what we appreciate, we get blessed with more. For what we don't appreciate, we lose it all. We lose everything. Do you want to lose everything? I don't want to lose everything. I have lost a lot. But I'm still here. I'm still kicking, still going. I will not stop. I will do that book every single day. If I have to, I will take each practice. I will turn it into my own personal gratitude notebook, and I will do it. Never stop. Just do it every day, every day, every day, every day. Because the book says you can do this as many times as you want, but if you're going to do it, commit to it. Because if you half-ass it, if you only do it for a short time and then stop, then you're actually doing yourself a detriment. You're doing yourself more harm. I was able to stop my spending of my lovely loan that I finally got, that I greatly appreciate. When these other two amounts come out and I see what's left, then I'm probably going to keep it on there. At first I was talking about putting 20 in the savings. We'll see. But I'm going to try to keep all of it in the checking if I can and just use it the next time I need gas. Don't use it for anything else. Just leave it in there until I need it for gas. And when I see now I've got, 5 days and I'll get my check. I always feel so much better when I get my Open Sky balance paid off and I get my self card paid off. So what I'm going to have to do now is I realize I'm going to have to go to Open Sky and I'm going to have to go to this certain website, and that's where I make my payments. I need to make a note of that, a physical note on a piece of paper or something that I will, that will get my attention. Don't forget this. Make sure you do this, When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, okay? But at the same time, enjoy life as much as you can, every way that you can, and harm no one, including you, okay? Because that is the greatest dishonor you do, Yehoshua and Mother Mary, is when you hurt yourself. Because you're spreading yourself too thin, you're bending over backwards to help others, and you're not getting gratitude in return for doing so. from those said others. Hey, boo. You're my boo baby again. Hello, sweetheart. Did you come to get your last mommy lovey pets before I go to bed? Oh, mommy pretty boy. Mommy had your boys. Baby boys that I love, love, love. Love, love. At least I'm not one of those weird cat owners that put clothes on you guys. Clothes, makeup, wigs. It's like, seriously, you're really going to do that to that cat? It's not a Barbie doll. Let them be themselves. If you want to get them a special collar or something that shows your love for them, absolutely do it. Go for it. Okay? Good for you. I also like my yellow citrine because it keeps negative energies away from me. And yes, I know I'm being random again, but hey, can't perfect things overnight. I'm going to keep slipping up. I'm going to keep, because there's just so much that I always forget to cover and forget to talk about and mention. And then after I've shut the live stream off, I'm like, oh crap, I was going to talk about this. Oh crap, I was going to do this. You know, I think I am going to go now though, because my eyes are definitely going closed. Love y'all. Bye. Blessed be. See you soon. Happy Maybon. Join me today later and I will do a live stream and we'll have some fun with it.